My name is Lindsay, and I'll be reading to you today Elizabeth of Hungary from Stories of the Saints, written by Carrie Wallace with illustrations by Nick Thornborough. Elizabeth of Hungary. Elizabeth, a princess of Hungary, was engaged to be married when she was only 4 years old to Ludwig, a prince of Germany. She was sent to live at the German court until she was 14, when she and Ludwig got married. Luckily, Elizabeth and Ludwig loved each other, and they had 3 children together. And Elizabeth also loved God and loved to serve the people who were poor. She never wore her crown to church because she believed that God was the only king. She sold her fine clothes and jewels to buy bread for the poor. And when she had to dress up to please the court, she always wore a rough shirt underneath because she didn't want to live a life of luxury when other people were suffering. Every chance she got, she snuck out of the castle with bread for the hungry people hidden in her robes. She went in secret so that nobody would know how much time she spent caring for the poor. But the people in the castle noticed how often she was gone, and they began to gossip about it. One day, Ludwig's brother caught Elizabeth as she was going out the door with her cloak full of bread. "Everyone is saying that you're stealing treasures from the castle," he said. "I would never do that," Elizabeth told him. "Then show me what you have hidden in your robes." Elizabeth opened her cloak, but when she did, her brother-in-law didn't see the bread. Instead, he saw the folds of her robe full of red and white roses. So many sick people heard about Elizabeth's kindness that they began to flock to the castle. But because it was on a mountain, the sick had trouble dragging themselves all the way to the top. So Elizabeth had a hospital built at the foot of the mountain. Every day, she went down and cared for the people there herself. One day, her heart was touched by a child who came to the hospital with leprosy. She didn't want him to be lonely, so she carried him up to the castle and laid him in her own bed. But Elizabeth's mother-in-law was snooping around, and she realized that there was someone in Elizabeth's bed, and it wasn't Ludwig. She went and told Ludwig, "There's someone in your wife's bed." Ludwig came running into his room to see what was going on. When he saw someone in his bed, he yanked back the covers. But instead of the child, Ludwig saw Jesus himself. Elizabeth was serving Jesus, he realized, in the form of that little child. When Elizabeth was pregnant with their 3rd child, Ludwig went off to war. While he was away, he died of a fever. Elizabeth was heartbroken. "It's as if the whole world died," she said. Ludwig's family had never gotten along with Elizabeth, and now that Ludwig was gone, his brother forced Elizabeth and her children out of the castle. Penniless and alone, they finally found refuge with some elderly relatives. Elizabeth was just as poor now as the people that she had gone out to serve when she was the queen. But she never stopped caring for others. She moved into a hut near the hospital that she had built at the foot of the mountain and kept working there until she died when she was only 24 years old. I hope you enjoyed our story, Elizabeth of Hungary. Thank you for listening.